Nearly a year after a Carter County Sheriff's deputy sent explicit messages to a woman and changed her warrant, temporarily allowing her to avoid arrest, it's still unclear if he'll face criminal charges. And because of that, the Sheriff's Office refuses to release the full details of the case to Nate Morabito.
Sarah, we've requested those details, which we consider public records, multiple times over the last 6 months. They relate to Corbin Lipscomb, a man who 3 separate women reportedly filed complaints against. One of those complaints resulted in the Carter County Sheriff's Office firing Lipscomb back in March and requesting the state take away his law enforcement certification. Nearly 9 months after his firing, his certification is still in limbo, and so are possible criminal charges.
This incident has shaken my entire world.
Those are Corbin Lipscomb's words in August as he pleaded with a subcommittee of the Tennessee Peace Officers Standards Training Commission, urging members to let him keep his law enforcement certification.
I understand exactly why it was wrong, and I'd like to apologize that I made this decision, and all I'm really asking for is a second chance to prove it.
His apology follows the discovery of 60 pages worth of explicit messages and photos, according to the Carter County Sheriff's Office, collected by the agency after a woman filed a complaint against Lipscomb. The Sheriff's Office told us Lipscomb reportedly gave the wanted woman advice not to answer the door when deputies stopped by her house to serve a warrant, and also changed her address in the agency's records management system.
I was under the information that she no longer resided at that house.
He maintains he changed the warrant because he truly thought she moved, but then later admitted he again saw her at the same address and didn't arrest her.
One day I did see her. It's probably the worst decision of my life that I've made up to this point, by not placing her under arrest because she was not 100% coherent.
At the hearing in August, his former supervisor shared his opinion on the matter.
The way I viewed it was he had intentionally misled other officers in the execution of an arrest warrant.
For months, the Carter County Sheriff's Office refused to give us this investigative file. Initially, the agency only provided a termination document and brief synopsis, telling us investigators inadvertently placed sensitive text messages in the file. In June, the State Controller's Office agreed with us. Those messages and the entire file are in fact public, as long as they are not part of a criminal investigation. That's when the Sheriff's Office told us they were considering criminal charges, something just last month District Attorney Tony Clark told us was news to him. The agency later said it was waiting until the Post Commission makes a decision about Lipscomb's certification before deciding if there'll be charges. That certification decision could come as soon as next month.
I promise you there would not be any other time that I would be here.
Despite his pleas, the subcommittee referred his case to the full Post Commission, which meets again in January. Now, while the Sheriff's Office refuses to give us the file, we've since obtained it on our own and are still deciding our next step. Just yesterday, Chief Deputy James Parrish told us the agency is now in talks with prosecutors who may make a decision about criminal charges soon, and said he would talk with us on camera and release the full file once the case is resolved. He also shared his disappointment that action from the Post Commission's dragged on for so long. In addition, he said the biggest concern he has about releasing the file is that it identifies the woman who filed the complaint.
So Lipscomb, has he had anything to say so far during this?
You heard what he had to say there in the hearing. Mm-hmm. He declined an on-camera interview with us, but he did send us this letter in which he apologized, quote, "for the uncomfortableness I am bringing to my wife and both our families and those who care for us in this community." He also apologized, quote, "to the men and women who serve our region faithfully for my defacement of the thin blue line."
All right, thanks, Nate. Nate Morabito with the story tonight. Carter County's internal investigation ultimately found Lipscomb responsible for improper conduct and determined there was insufficient evidence to determine if he altered the warrant. His former supervisor said the Sheriff's Office documented 2 other complaints from women about Lipscomb.